Last week, we asked if, with early voting underway, you're confident that the election will be safe and secure from hackers and other outside influence. 71% of you are not convinced. That's interesting. As always, we thank you for sharing. After a tough debate and vote in Nevada, expect to see Democratic presidential candidates in Texas a lot between now and March 3rd. Bernie Sanders had weekend stops in Mesquite, El Paso, Austin, Houston. Mike Bloomberg was in Houston and El Paso last week. Joe Biden was in the week before that. Sanders riding some momentum here, doubling his support among Texas Democrats in the last few months and is now the Texas frontrunner. But there are Democrats who would rather see guys like Mike Bloomberg spend his money on other races here, like the U.S. Senate race. Incumbent Republican John Cornyn raising $1.2 million for his campaign so far this year, while a dozen Democrats spend money on their own primary fight. Nearly all were at a debate in Austin this week. KMAX West Rappaport joins us in West. One of those candidates, I guess, didn't show.
Hi there. There is a 12th candidate, D.R. Hunter, who did not respond to debate organizers. Now to the 11 who did participate. A few shots at agendas and records, each candidate working to stand out among a crowded field that polling shows is largely unknown. The top candidates were seated up front, with the leader in the latest poll sitting front and center.
The data looks great. The tens of thousands of Texans that I've met driving across the state tell me that they're ready and hungry to send somebody to D.C. to deliver a healthy dose of Texas values.
How do you stand out in a crowded field? Tout your record if you have one.
The fact is, if you look at Dallas County, I helped turn Dallas County blue.
The Texas legislature is not the United States Congress. And if you think about who the most successful U.S. senators, Democratic U.S. senators, have been in recent memory, most would say Lyndon Baines Johnson and Lloyd Bentsen, and both had service in the House.
Other candidates emphasized the importance of getting new voters to the polls.
We need a candidate that can speak to those populations and build all of those coalitions.
I ran for lieutenant governor. That's a statewide seat, and almost got almost 500,000 votes. My opponent said I exasperated him. So we're looking for fresh faces, and I was that face that made a difference on the outside.
This is about bold vision and big ideas. Now, I am a rural county guy, born and raised in Chambers County, and I understand the rural counties.
Texas voters want someone that is honest with them, that will tell them exactly where they stand. And I made a commitment that I was going to win on the merit of my ideas. That with me, you may not agree with every single issue, but you will know exactly where I stand.
Now, only one of those candidates will end up taking on John Cornyn in November. Team Cornyn out with a statement tonight saying this race is a 6-car pileup. The Cornyn campaign says they'll be ready for, quote, whichever Bernie Sanders clone limps out of the primary on Memorial Day.